Why did my chickens stop laying eggs? That's a question that a lot of people are asking themselves right now. You're feeding your birds just like you were all summer, but all of a sudden your egg supply has run dry. You might be asking yourself if your chicken feed formula has changed again like you've seen issues with in the past, but for this time of year, that's likely not the case. Are your chickens just becoming a bunch of lazy freeloaders like our teenage children, or is there something else going on here? Luckily, there's a good explanation as to why your birds aren't laying right now, as long as you're watching this video at some point between late summer and early spring. I learned this lesson the hard way when we first bought this house. When we bought this house here behind me, it came with chickens, and we had never had chickens before. So it was something that was new, something that was exciting, and we were just ready to learn how to take care of them. The first couple of weeks went great. We had healthy chickens, we were getting eggs from our backyard, and we thought it was just so awesome. After about 2 weeks, the egg production just completely shut off, and we just thought we were terrible chicken tenders. Any experienced chicken tender would have known exactly why they stopped laying eggs, but we didn't. If you're watching this video, you might be in a similar situation. You had chickens, they were laying eggs, and now they aren't. At the end of the summer, two things are happening. The first thing that's happening is your chickens are starting to molt, and what molting is they're dropping all of their old feathers and they're growing new ones for winter. During this process, it's gonna look like there was a massacre in your backyard. There's gonna be feathers everywhere. Your chickens are gonna look like this weird mixture between like a chicken and a naked mole rat. It's pretty scary the first time it happens, but it's completely normal. Growing feathers is hard. They kick their feet up, turn on some Netflix, and they shut down egg production until their feathers are grown back. But by the time their feathers grow back, we are well into fall and something else is happening. Days are getting shorter. The number one thing a chicken needs to lay an egg is sunlight. They need a minimum of 14 hours of sunlight, but for peak egg laying production, they need 16 hours of sunlight every single day. Once you drop below that 14 hours of sunlight, your chickens are gonna pucker right up and they're not gonna lay any eggs for you. Every once in a while, you'll get one that kind of falls out, but not very often. We call those happy little accidents. There are some exceptions to that though. My white leghorns here behind me, I got these birds this year. This is their very first year of laying. During a chicken's first year of laying, it's not uncommon for them to lay eggs for you throughout the winter. You're not gonna be getting peak numbers like you were during the summer, but you'll get a few here and there. But once a chicken is 2, 3, 4 years old, they're not gonna be laying any eggs at all for you all winter long. If you're lucky, you'll get 1 or 2, but don't expect it. There are people that add supplemental lighting into their chicken coops to kind of trick their birds into laying throughout the winter. For example, if you're getting 12 hours of sunlight right now, what you can do is you can add a light into your chicken coop and put it on a timer. Have that timer turn the light on 2 to 4 hours before the sun comes up. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna make the chickens think that you have 14 to 16 hours of sunlight. Now this will trick your chickens into laying again, but you also have to keep in mind that the chickens naturally need a break during the winter. So there are some issues you might run into if you're making your chickens lay. If that's something that you are looking to do, make sure you do your research on it before you just jump right into it. If sunlight is the number one thing that makes a chicken lay an egg, what else would cause your chickens to start getting stingy with the egg laying?